Thank you for taking time to talk to us. Tell me a little bit about what Trivantis is doing with Lectora and in the mobile space.
So our flagship product is Lectora, and we've been around for about 11 years now. And the great thing about Lectora with regard to mobile content is that we haven't really had to do a whole lot in order to enable people to create mobile content for both smartphones and tablets. So because the content that Lectora produces is all generated with HTML and JavaScript on the back end, it's compatible with mobile browsers. We've tested our published content on Android devices, on iDevices, iPads, iPhones, on HP Palm devices, on Windows Mobile Phone 7 devices, you name it. All the top players in the market, those mobile browsers support our published content. So using Lectora, as it's known as a traditional e-learning tool for very formal e-learning purposes, now with the rise of mLearning and mobile content, we're able to produce the same type of content, use the same publishing processes, and enable people to view and use that content on their mobile devices.
It's fantastic. I've noticed you guys have started including some templates for mobile, and that kind of helps people kind of cross that bridge from an e-learning kind of a layout and design.
Yeah, absolutely. We have several templates, both specialized for tablets and for smartphone devices. Our tablets are sized appropriately with the device in mind, and we use the proper meta tagging and whatnot within the templates so that the content can be stretched across the different viewports, understanding all the different, certainly smartphones that are out there that have different screen resolutions and all of these different variables. We account for that within our templates. So we give users a really quick and easy way to get started and begin creating their content immediately in a format and size that is optimal for viewing that content on a mobile device.
Excellent. So what are your, what kind of feedback and successes are your customers seeing?
Well, this is such a new thing for the majority of our clients. From what I've seen, we still attract clients today that are just now hopping into e-learning. So mLearning is yet another step in the next direction. So quite honestly, we haven't had a ton of clients that have wholeheartedly adopted mLearning yet. A lot of it has just been people wanting to find out what our capabilities are and understanding what those capabilities are and what they can then do with that for their clients or internal employees or what have you. So don't necessarily have some giant success stories for you, but we do have a handful of clients that are actively using Lectora to produce mobile content, some who are even taking it a step further and using third-party products such as PhoneGap to then wrap that Lectora content and turn it into an actual native phone app, and they're having some successes in this area. But at this point, from our perspective, it's still a little bit in its infancy, and people are just now beginning to understand Lectora's capabilities with respect to mLearning.
So it's really very reflective on the conversations that we've heard at the conference. People are really in an exploratory phase and trying to understand what mobile really is and how that is going to change the way they develop training in their organization.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most fascinating things I think I've found from the conference was from the keynote presentation yesterday. The question was asked, how many people are returning to this conference for a second time? And that number of hands was very, very small. So there are a ton of newcomers to this conference, and it just reiterates the fact that this is still new in the minds of many people that are actively engaged in e-learning right now, and they're just now beginning to understand the power of the mobile device and what you can do with it.
Awesome. It sounds like you guys are really positioned well from the beginning to kind of move into this, but is it shaping the way you're looking at Lectora or how you're approaching your strategy going forward as far as?
Certainly. Right now with Lectora and its current capabilities, it's still sort of one-sided in that at this point in time we're not necessarily leveraging internal mobile capabilities such as GPS tracking or the picture taking capabilities and that type of thing. And that's something that we as a company need to look at moving forward as people embrace this mobile technologies. So Certainly that's somewhere where we're going with our products. Also the ability to access content that's offline and still have SCORM connectivity to be able to maintain user scores and track status and that type of thing. We're not quite there yet, but we're moving in that direction, and certainly as the mobile space gets more attention, we'll be looking to add more features to our products to support that.
Again, it sounds like you're going to some of these sessions today along with us and kind of getting a sense for where the mobile is taking us and what kind of things people are looking to do with their mobile devices as far as training goes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of great ideas out there and people wanting to really leverage the technology, as they should. And we always listen to certainly our clients and prospective clients and want to make sure that we can meet their demands. And so as this industry keeps growing and as we keep changing and molding the way we're delivering our content, we have to adapt with it.
So one final question. What sets you guys apart from some of your competitors in this mobile space?
Well, one of the things I mentioned previously was our ability to publish out to the HTML format. So a strength in our area is certainly that because Lectora does not produce Flash content, all of a sudden now our content is available across all devices, including the Apple devices, iPads, and iPhones. Aside from that, we have in Lectora a special set of features that we refer to as actions that enable you to program interactivity into your courses. And because of those actions, and they do not rely at all on Flash or any kind of programming language or any kind of programming that has to be done by the developer themselves, makes it very easy and a very low barrier of entry for developers and authors to get in and create highly interactive content, even if it's delivered on a mobile device. Aside from that, we've really started taking some strides to ensure that multimedia content is also viewable across all devices. So specifically, we ensure that if you include MP3 audio and MP4 video, which is widely supported by all of the mobile platforms, if you include that type of multimedia in your courses, we can either serve it up with HTML5 so you can access it on your Apple devices, or we can serve it up with Flash so you can access it on those devices that support Flash. So I think that's one of the biggest differentiators, in that we can, with a single piece of content and one tool and one publishing method, we can cater to all of the different mobile devices that are out there, not just Apple devices, not just Android devices, but all of them, and both smartphones and tablets. So I think that puts us in a really good position, and as people continue to learn more about mLearning and want to get engaged with it, we hope they'll choose Lectora.
Excellent. Thank you very much again.
Thank you.